All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm trying to coming to you with a Q&A video regarding a Q&A, questions and answers. Questions and answers. Let's see here. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions. And yet I have the answers. Every question you might not have an answer to. So you just do the best that you know how with what is invested in you. Because sometimes there's really no answer to some questions that individual will ask, being so sometimes it's really set out to try to kind of trap individuals. But with me, I have been very throughout my life, thanks to the ruach that has allowed me to be able to answer questions that has been put before me since I was a teenager. Yep, you all, I'm having a hard time. These are my new glasses I got today, and it just feel like I'm out of order or something, it's kind of make you almost feel like you're kind of high. I don't like that feeling. So maybe I should have just got my other glasses because this here somewhere along the line. I don't know what's going on with this. Oh, there I go. There I go. Okay, so I'm just coming to uh, speak on the questions and hope that I can fulfill each question with the answer that I have within my spirit. And like I said, did I say eight? I think I got 8 questions here. And I'm going to not just read the questions, but I'm going to answer the question. Uh, when I got back from my walk, I decided to sit down and I had my YouTube on the television and I was just sat back on the couch and kind of relaxed. And I listened to what you call it, ICU. I think that's the ICU. And they had their captain and several other of the, I guess, the head guys. And they were speaking uh, regarding something that had taken place. And the power of what they were speaking was covering something that is so important, I think, to every last one of you all out there. I mean, like really important. I was like, okay, well, who are they talking about? They got a video on. So I'm going to kind of give you a little something. I'm going to see if I can give that just to share a little bit about what they were speaking on. And the reason why I took only a small piece, I should have took more because it was very, very, very interesting. And the thing that they spoke on was that this was not something that last month or last year or they were speaking on something. This is something that's right now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wait a minute, this is right now. This sort of stuff is existing. I'm just joking, y'all. I said that, but I just want to share it with you all. Just share you all, and then I'm a militiamen in Oregon when they find out that one of their own has been killed in a shootout with police. There you go. By militiamen in Oregon when they find out that one of their own has been killed in a shootout with police. He has been ordered to leave. That means they're coming to kill us, and they don't want them to see that. They're going to murder all of us. The medias are cowards. State, show the truth. Show the truth. Media's been waiting for a bloodbath this whole time we've been here. Now there's going to be one, and they're running. They're told to run because the feds don't want to know who's murdering us. American people better wake up, get here, and fight for your country.
military that's been fighting for your country overseas, you can fight for your country right here in America. Get here, get some. This is history in the making. There are no laws in this United States now. This is a free-for-all Armageddon. Any legal or military or law enforcement or feds that stand up and fuck their oath, don't abide by their oath, are the enemy. If they stop you from getting here, kill them. Okay, so just right off the bat, all of you by militiamen.
Okay, you know what? Even there's a part of that I should have had, but it was so much of it. Now the ICU, I think that's also the guys who believe themselves to be the Hebrew Israelites. Let's say it like that, and it's really deeper than what I have captured here. They're showing you a clip that was online and on, I think it was on the news. And these here groups of Europeans that's military, what is it? And they got guns and everything, and they want a war with the FBI. Not only do they want a war with the FBI, they want all others to come in with them. One of their guys got killed, and they are upset. They're saying something about the media wants to show a bloodbath. Get ready, because we're coming. And they're asking all people who are a part of the this thing about Great Old America, come join them. And you better start right now, because this is that's where we at. It is a war, and they're calling out a war against the FBI. And they told them that we are going to kill the FBI. And why the Hebrew Israelite is videoing this whole, I think it lasts for like 20 minutes. If you see the whole thing, you'll be like, and what they want us to understand, that it is two white Europeans talking about how could they let them talk like that and say to kill FBIs, and America's come together, let's go get together to kill the FBI and the government on nationwide television. And guess who these two Europeans use? They use Mexicans and Black people. That's what they say. If that was them, y'all would have been down there murdering them. They was trying to say that it's a sad thing that Black privilege, this is a part of Black privilege, is what these guys are doing, and how they are getting away with all of this, and nobody said nothing. So these two European men are shocked. I mean, if you see this other guy, y'all probably have seen him. He seemed like he's about to lose it, because he's saying, how are these people getting away with warring against the FBI and having with them and doing the things that they doing, and nobody saying nothing? What is going on? And if that was a Mexican or a Black person, they would have went down there and killed every last one. And they used their anger against white privilege, and how a young Black boy was shot. I think they said he was 14. They used that. They said he was just 14, and he didn't even have a real gun, and they didn't hesitate to even shoot him. They shot him point blank. But here these men telling you that, yeah, we had a war with the FBI and calling people to join them to kill the government and the FBI, and nobody said anything. This is the sort of country that has fallen. And guess what? It ain't seen nothing yet. United Snakes think that they the baddest of the baddest, but guess what? In the eyes of Yah, you are the one that he has already destroyed. You don't even understand what you got coming. And I believe that there has been something in the Father's will that caused the people not to see exactly what's going on. I really believe that. It got to be something that's causing these people not to see what is before them. Not to see what they're saying, what they're asking for, or even to see what the Father in heaven got prepared for this country. What is it? Now, this is the power that's in this. How is it that the elites that rules the four corners, how is it they have mastered revelation? Oh, yeah, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all the truth of the whole matter. They done mastered that bad boy. Now, did they master revelation in spirit and truth? No. They mastered it based on what they can read. So based on what they read, this is what they have brought out things in a form of deceiving you. So you can connect that with the prophecy. That's why they quick to say, is this the prophecy of what was written? They keep jumping on that. Even on when you speak of Israel and Palestine, all of that, or is this what is written? Is this the prophecy? Everything is all about, is this the prophecy? Why? Because they have sat for years and mastered it. They didn't master it to the T of what they read. But one thing they could not master, and that is what Sister Deborah is saying, spirit and truth. They master it with the light off, not the light on. You see, they master it in the darkness. So what they did is they took out revelation and they have covered many things that has happened throughout the years to make us run and say, oh, this is the prophecy of the Bible. This is what been prophesied. That's why when you are of the spirit, you know the spirit and the prophecy in the flesh. And what I see today, and I'm gonna tell it like it is, I see the world mimicking my father's prophecy. And I thank the Creator Spirit from teaching me and suffering me to be able to see it in the spirit realm. Because had not I seen it in the spirit realm, I will be saying, oh, the world got it going on, knowing the prophecy. They nailing it. But because I can see that on the left side is mimicking the right side, because it don't have spirit and truth. All it can do is mimic, so it can continue to deceive those that was given to them to deceive. So today is about Q&A, questions and answer. If you have a question or even an answer, you can shoot it to Sister Deborah. Even if you have an answer, shoot it to me. And I'm just going to start. I have 8 questions here from individuals that I haven't gotten to, but now I see that, this is a good time to come on live and talk about questions and answers. And the same thing happened yesterday. Also, I wanted to say this. When this European got on here and he said something, and I'm like, y'all, this thing ain't about no Jew and no Gentile or heathen. This ain't about no white and no black. Don't let nobody keep telling y'all that. Don't let nobody keep telling you that, because you cannot enter into the kingdom today, nor tomorrow, nor yesterday, and see black and white. See Jew and Gentile. All it is spirit in the kingdom. All this stuff that's wrapping into flesh, we have to learn to see it for the way he allowed it to be created in the flesh. But you have to really get this thing in the clearness of the spirit. Once you can nail things in the clearness of the spirit, guess what, y'all? Y'all gonna be able to master it in the natural. And I think that's another thing that is taking place, and why the gate that he spoke of was so narrow, because they are never find. He said it, not me. The narrow gate is very few shall do what? Find. They would never find truth in spirit. He said, why, Most High, you say they would never find? Because the way he set it up from the floor up, very few shall find therein the gate that leads to life. So there's something we have to be able to find. And I believe it's a pen needle of light that rests in the spirit and truth. That's why I say anybody that got even a pen needle or light, I think they can go through the narrow gate. Because I think that's the only way you're going to find it, the gate. It says you got to find it. And how can you find it if you don't have light to see in the midst of what? The darkness. because you got the broad gate. You know that's strictly dark. So how you gonna find the narrow gate except you have the light? So I'm thinking a pin needle light to get you in the right gate. You see? So again, this here video is really about questions and answers. If you have any questions, or even if you have the answers, that's all well, because this is what this video is about tonight, is having the questions and the answer, and just putting them out there. Okay. Hello, everyone in the live chat. It's good to see you. So let me see if someone. Oh yes, you're right. Nation against nations. Yeah. So the first question is, someone asked me, what is negative vibes and energy? What is negative vibes and energy? Because this individual says, in this day and time, people are using sage, candles, fragrance, all kind of things to really detach the movement of an individual, the feelings of an individual, and trying to set the pace to their thoughts and their feelings and their emotions. So when they broke out with all these candles, these scented candles, and a lot of people don't even know, it's to trigger the mind. It's nothing wrong with smelling good, because I love my candles in my store. As soon as people come in, they smell it. And first thing they say, I ain't never smelled such a good smell in the store. That's what they say. So I know that it plays a role on the mind. I do know it, without a doubt. So this individual is asking me, what connection is vibes and energy in this day? Not so much as yesterday, meaning back when I was younger, but in this day and time. You see what I'm saying? What is this? And the reason why I believe this individual asked this question, because this is what I heard, y'all. I don't know. I heard that a lot of people say that, and not a lot, but a lot of people, not a lot, it's a whole bunch. They say when they try to minister to individual, or they try to tell people about the Bible, or they try to say something, people got this thing about, don't bring negative vibes. Even if they quote the scriptures to the utmost in this instructions and direction book, the first thing people say, oh, don't bring negative energy or negative vibe. And they want to know, well, what is this with this negative vibe and this negative energy? And anybody in the live chat can also shoot into this. My answer to the negative vibes and the negative energy is like unto people have adopted this thing of my truth. You got your truth, I got mine. You see, what is the purpose of having your truth and my truth? That means where's the real truth? You can't find it. This is a means. This vibes and this energy is a mean. This is witchcraft. It's sorcery. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a shield to support wicked and evil. So you can't come in with the light, with righteous, with just, with upright, because all they have to do is throw up the shield. The shield say, you bring a negative vibes, or you bring it a bad energy. Oh, you got your truth, I got mine. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, where do righteous fall in? Where do upright? Where do anything that consists of the Most High Creator? Nothing. Because if it's about the energy and the negative energy and the negative vibes, well, okay, we got the negative energy and the negative vibes. What's the opposite? Good vibes, good energy. You see? But what is it? The negative vibes is to keep you from righteous. The negative energy is to keep you from righteous, because it allows you to take the good vibes and the good energy and live on it. What do you mean, Deborah? Well, when we get to Genesis in chapter 1, let me kind of tell you a little something. Genesis chapter 1, no, let's say chapter 2. In Genesis chapter 2, If, and which many really don't and never knew, in Genesis chapter 2 and verse 9, I want you to go down where in the midst of the garden was the tree of life, and also in the midst of the garden was the tree of knowledge of the knowledge of good and evil. Why would a creator want you to detach the understanding with good and evil holding hands with each other on the same tree of the enemy, evil? Why is good and evil in Genesis 2 verse 9 standing together as friends, as one? Do you see it where it says Genesis chapter 2 verse 9, good and evil? They are on one tree. And what tree is that? The knowledge of good and evil. That's the tree, good and evil. When if you already perfect, then therefore that show you it's not that good. That good is separate from perfect. You see what I'm saying? You go to, you stay with Genesis and you go to chapter 2, same chapter, and you get to, where is it at? 17. When you get to Genesis chapter 2 and verse 17, but the tree of knowledge of good and evil, what are they doing together? Why is good connected to evil? Because the only way evil is going to be successful in being evil, it needs good. That's why the two are together holding hands. That's the will of the Father. You see what I'm saying? So when they say negative vibes and negative energy, I'm trying to live a life away from negative vibes and negative energy. Tell me, how can you do that when he has given the world to a negative, wicked, and evil Satan? So how are you going to be so negative? How are you going to be away from negative vibes and negative energy? Because they don't understand negative vibes and negative energy you're trying to stay away from. And you don't understand that you're using it as if when someone trying to give you righteous, just, and upright, you can always throw the weapon of negative vibes and negative energy. So you would always have a shield to get away from what is righteous. You don't have to hear it. It's just like this thing that they have now. I don't think they had it no more than, 4 or 5 years. You got your truth and I got mine. You see? So wait a minute. Which one is righteous? Wait a minute. We're supposed to be living under that. Where's the righteous truth? See? Because if you give her hers and you give him his, or you give her hers, you give her hers, then where is truth? Where is righteous? Because everybody can hide behind their own truth. That's the same with energy vibe. Negative energy and negative vibe. People are hiding behind that. And they telling people, when you start to quote the word, and if the word is not my positive energy or my positive vibe, then you speaking negative, and that negative, I don't want to be around all that negative. Do you know? Let me show you another big one that everybody call negative and bad energy. What's going on in the world? Oh, I don't watch news. I can't stand all that negative energy and that negative vibe. What is that, y'all? Reality. So what are you saying? You see how they slinging this negative vibes and that negative energy as if it's a dose of medicine that keep them from the reality of truth. So don't bring this negative energy and this negative vibe, because I don't want to be a part of that. It's not saying really that negative energy and negative vibe. They're saying, I don't want to hear no truth. I don't want to hear no righteous. Because it's different than who I am. I heard a man he tells me, he said, one thing I stay away from, Deborah, I stay away from the news, anything that's negative. You see? How can you? When the reality is, the devil came down here to deceive the whole world. So how can you stay away from him? You see what I'm saying? Is he got you thinking to stay away from the bad stuff? Only know the good stuff. How do you know? Because the bad, it's not going anywhere. It's telling you the reality of where you at, where you going, and where things is. But if you stay away from it, guess what? You stay away from a negative energy and negative vibes. It's a scapegoat, you guys. Can negative energy and negative vibe exist? Sure it can. But people use it as a shield to protect them from reality. To where they feel that, oh, I will only allow positive vibes in my life, positive energy. Who told people that on this earth is all positive? And when can somebody live to be 40 years old and think that life is all positive? So therefore, I'm only going to live a life of only positive vibes and positive energy. The reality is, only way you're going to know positive vibes and negative vibes, you're going to have to know about, negative, not positive vibes and positive energy. You got to know what negative vibes is and negative energy in the order of which it's standing. You can't use it as a shield. So this one lady said, when I come around, the first thing her friend tell her, no, don't come over here with all that negative energy, that negative vibes. And yes, it can be actually some people who carry negative energy and negative vibes in a way that they always keeping up trouble. You see what I'm saying? But in this day and time, people use it to say, okay, that negative energy and that negative vibes is not a part of my life. Only positive energy and positive vibe. Ain't no such thing. Not in this day and time, baby. No, ain't no such thing. You see, you're going to have to know how to channel it, because good sitting right next to evil. And that's not from yesterday in the garden. That's today too. It's just you never was taught that good holds hands with evil. That's the only way evil, it's going to be able to deceive. It's through good. That's just it. I heard even said Satan turns into what did he say? Transform into light. For what? He darkness. What is he doing? What? How is he doing that? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. He transformed into light. See, that's the wait a minute. So darkness can show up as light. Darkness is negative, but light is positive. But yet the darkness can convert over to light. You see what I'm saying? Don't be fooled by negative energy and negative vibes being something that you're going to exclude in your life, thinking it's going to bring you something. Because some people even got this sage. They think sage, burning sage, different kind of candles is going to war away Satan and demons. And this is what people are using today, y'all, all over the world. They're really thinking that this is the way they're going to bypass certain things. So that was one of the questions. It said that why is individual taking negative vibes and negative energy and using it as a shield of protection when negative vibes and negative energy ain't going nowhere? I like to see somebody escape negative vibes and negative energy and just live on positive vibes and positive energy. I just can't see it. Okay. The next question was, what is the purpose of a prophet and a prophetess in this day? In this day, what is the purpose? It's the same purpose that was yesterday. The question is, what is the purpose of Yah sending prophets and prophetess in this day, in such a hard, I guess they kind of said, in such a horrible time, what will be the purpose? I want you all to first and foremost understand a true prophet and a true prophetess. You all don't understand the mission of the Father for a prophet. We go straight into the fire. We don't come out of the fire. We go straight into the fire. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? We die in that fire. How about that? How about that? Prophets of the Most High Yah and prophetess. One thing you all don't understand, we are called to go straight into the fire. You get what I'm saying? And when we go into the fire, ain't no backing up saying, let me get out of here. Ooh, let me come on out. Let me back up. Let me turn around. No, 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 no. You come down here just to go into the fire. It's no running away, because you can't get away from a calling that has orchestrated or predestined and ordained you to go straight into the fire. You can't come out. When you ever sit down and really read those that the Father have used as prophets, you'll see how they end up dying. How did they lose their life like that? How did they go through all that? One person goes straight into the fire. So when one wonder what will be the purpose of the prophets and the prophets in this day, that they may go into the fire, speaking spirit and truth. They can't run away. They got to go straight head on. It ain't about nothing but going straight into the fire. That's their purpose. Because they come and they go into the fire, and no matter how hot the fire is, or how deadly the fire appear, or how it feel to their bodies or to their spirits, they still got to go straight in. That's their mission. So if you ever find time in your life to really pick up the instructions and direction book, you'll see the way many of them lost their lives. It's just like Jeremiah going into the fire, going straight into it. Why are you calling it a fire, Deborah? Because the purpose of a prophet going into the fire, he's not going into the fire thinking the fire is going to stop, or it's going to cool down, or the fire going to get put out. He's going in to die, y'all. True prophets of the Most High Yah goes into the fire and they die within. Because they got to go in and say things that ears have not heard, eyes have not seen. But yet they got to stay with what was told to them, what was said to them, go straight into the fire. How would you feel if you was an individual and you had a big company and you had 300 employees and you own this company? You got 300 people on payroll. But when you walk in that door, it's like you ain't nobody. They curse you out. They disrespect you. And you own the company. You own the company. Well, that's how we do to the Most High. He owned the whole world and heaven and earth, everything. He owns it. But we think he ain't got the power to send his servants in to the fire. To where people get confused with the false prophet and the real prophets. See, one thing about the real prophets, they can't go in the fire with a multitude of likes and subscribers. They can't go into the fire with friends on the left and friends on the right. This is when you ain't never read the book. So if you ain't never read the book, then that tells me the Ruach ain't nowhere in you. Because he's going to go straight and teach you the truth of the matter of what you were supposed to study. See, that's what I say. These people that claim that they are the righteous one, they are really the fake ones. Because as this individual said, well, what today? What will be the purpose of the prophet today? Still to go straight dead head on into the fire, knowing that the fire is not going to kindle. Knowing when I get in here, there's not nobody going to be on the left nor on the right to pull me out of this fire, nor to really support me in it. That's a true prophet. You see? So just as Satan has his serpent seed and they're gaining the whole world, how did we as people think y'all can't have his vessels? Were his true ones. And the only way you don't know them is because the world gonna deny him. The world ain't gonna hear him, ain't gonna listen to him, and they going into the fire. They can't come out the fire because it's heated and it's burning their spirit and they feeling it. They can't come out because nobody don't believe them. They can't even come out because their purpose was to go in. It's just like saying if Yeshua came down in Mary and was born once he got 15, said, that's it for me. I'm going to commit suicide, or I ain't going in. I ain't going to complete that. Oh, he did that. Yeshua did that. Yeah, that son of man, he did that. When he went to Gethsemane, well, take away this bitter cup. Well, what you mean take away this bitter cup? Okay, devil, shut up. Not my will, but Father, your will be done. When he was telling the disciples to stay up and every time he came, they would sleep, he didn't like that. Why? Because he was in the flesh. Take away this bitter cup. Pour me out of this fire I'm in. Pour me out. No, you can't come out, bro. You were put in there by God. You can't come out. So when people are talking about prophets and prophetess and who's the fake prophet, you're going to know the fake ones. Because they on these platforms and not all over the world being known by the world as a prophet. By the world. I think about many a times kings in the biblical. And I know it was one in Ecclesiastes, but there are kings in the biblical who had hundreds of prophets. This is fleshly prophets. That's what you see today on these platforms. You got people who claiming that they are prophets in the silence of their home, but won't come on this devil platform and tell you when I think I'm a prophet. You know why? They're claiming to be the prophet to those who know them around their household, in their camps, in their communities, in their church, but won't let the world know who they are. Why? They hypocrites. They not who they wolves in sheep clothing. That's why. Proclaiming it. But those are also the ones that's quick to call out the prophets of the Most High Yah. So just as in this day, you having the serpent seeds, serving the serpent to the utmost, to the broad gate is so full it's about the bus, Yah has his in the narrow gate. And yes, they know the way because they have been predestined, ordained, and foreknew before the foundation of the world. They're not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of Yah. They're not ashamed to speak what the Father gives them, because guess what? Even if they were, they can't escape. The true prophet can't run, can't get away, can't go to the left or go to the right or run backwards, because their purpose is predestined, ordained. We got to keep forward in the fire. Okay, so why is it that the whole world wants to know that only thing should be here on the earth is the false prophets? You don't need to know that they exist by the trillion. I'm just exaggerating when I said that's just how many out here. But the true prophet, let me tell you, very few shall find the narrow gate that leads to righteous, that leads to the life. And the prophets of Yah will find their way, because they go straight into the furnace fire. They go straight in with no but if or whatever. And they say even what nobody want to hear, no one wants to listen. Those are the true prophets. And they carry the mystery proudly into the fire. That's the beauty of it. Okay, so that was another question. Anyone in the live chat have any questions before I go to the next question? Universal. That's yes. You know what you saying? You heard that's another one. I was telling them that the other day about this here, this universal thing that's actually going on, which is, oh y'all, it's deep. It is really, really deep. I mean, it's so deep you can sit there and you be like, Father, you gonna let them get away with that? But they doing it. They're doing it. Yeah. And that's what this lady was saying. She was saying that when they tell her, when she's trying to just quote scriptures or she's trying to talk, even her friends, they'll tell her at the table for lunch, you know, I don't want to hear all that negative aspect, because they feel that when she speak out of the Bible is judging her. So therefore it is negative. You see what I'm saying? They feel that that's negative vibes. You see how crazy that is? So it's right, going right back to what I said. They don't think that there's no righteous should be spoken, because righteous is considered to people negative. Because if I don't believe in the Bible, if I don't believe in your God, or if I don't believe in your religion, and I got another one, you bringing negative information to me. They put that in there too, y'all, in case y'all didn't know that. But yeah, they add that too. So the next question is this: who will be saved in the end? Who will be saved in the end? The ones that's going to be saved is the one that was saved in the beginning, before the foundation. Let me not say in the beginning, before the foundation of the world. The ones that will be saved will be the one that will be found, that was saved before the foundation of the world. That's why I say that no one has a heaven and hell to send anyone or to say that you're going strictly to hell. Okay, first and foremost, I don't believe no one goes straight to hell. I think we are in a place called sleep, and I really do. I even think it's a place where everybody sleeps, because if you are already in hell, what will be the purpose of the white throne judging if he already done sent you to your destiny? You get what I'm saying? So people have to understand that there is a judgment. Okay. And when you get to Revelation chapter 20, you could see here in Revelation chapter 20, I want you to hear this. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth, the heavens fled away. Now, if the Most High Yah is sitting on the white throne, tell me, why is it the earth and the heaven took off running once they saw his face? They knew what time it was. They ain't playing around. They got out of there. It says, how do they said what? Look at verse 11, Revelation chapter 20 and verse 11. And I saw, this is John. He said, I saw a great white throne and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away. They took off. They took off. Let me get out of here. Because this is the power that I know him from. The power, then you better get your tail on out of here. You see, because people look at this creator as weak. A weak link. Oh, he ain't that. He ain't that. He ain't that. That's the mindset of people today, and always been. That's why Israel and Judah couldn't get it right, because they didn't have enough fear in them or anything else to see him to be all that. You see? So it says here, and there was found no place for them, because they took off. They fled. I would too. Watch this here. Verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Yah, and the books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged of the things in which were written. See, a lot of us thinking we getting down here and things are being written based on what we are down here. No, baby. No, baby. Heaven's already got it wrote in and wrote out, even your works, and it is finished, and the book is closed. Right here, it's telling you that I saw the dead and the small, great, stand before Yah, and the book was open. Wait a minute. Why is it open? Because it was closed at one time. Why was it closed? Because it was finished, Deborah. See, we run around here think we run something. Don't know. He run it. He always did and always will. We want that authority. Oh, I got a choice. You ain't got nothing. Yo, yes, you do. You got a choice of the flesh. When you need to take your butt to the toilet, take your butt on there and do what you got to do. But outside of your flesh, your spirit is already assigned to its destiny. So here it's telling you, and it's several times in this instructions and direction, where the spirit of the Ruach will teach you. Those books are closed, y'all. Those books are closed. Those books, it's not lying in the heavens all open. No, they're closed. Waiting for the split second of the Father, the Creator. And it tells you here in Revelation chapter 20 and verse 12, the books were open because they was once closed. Now he finna show up and show out. And in these books is a time period which he has already assigned. So you cannot already be in hell or already be in heaven if the books are closed. When the books are open, then you stand before the throne for judgment. But outside of that, no. So where are everybody? They sleep, waiting for that day of the judgment. How do they sleep, Deborah? They sleep in the spirit, you guys. They're asleep in the spirit. Waiting. And then you have those that's going to be living on the earth when Yeshua is going to collect them on the four corners. He's going to do that collecting up and separating them. But when they go through the right throne, oh, wait a minute, he's finna show up and show out. Finna place everybody where they need that spin eternal. So when one person says, when who shall be saved? Those that's already written. So that's why I say to you all over and over, don't be down here clowning, because if you're clowning, it shows you who you are. So the action of your flesh really tells you who you are in the spirit. A lot of people don't think that's so. They think they save in the spirit and they can do whatever they want in their flesh. No, baby, your flesh is identifying who your spirit really is. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You're not going to be in the spirit in heavens and down here cutting up like hell. No. You're going to act the way you are. Either you're going to be born of the spirit or born of the flesh, which is the Satan seed or the spiritual seed. So no one can tell anyone if they are saved in this end day, who's saved and who not. Ain't nobody on this earth got that ability to say. And even the angels in heaven, nobody but the Father himself. Okay, so that's a question that flesh of man can't answer. Who will be saved in the end days? Oh, nobody. Not have the power to say who will and who will not. No one here has the keys nor the power over hell and heaven to put nobody in, nor do they own it. Okay, Then there was another question. What does it mean when you say, so when I say, you got to feel that thing? What do you mean you got to feel that thing, Sister Deborah? You know what? When I say you got to feel that thing, because this is what, I don't know if you all ever been in the Christian church before. And the pastor ever taught and said, when the Father is teaching him to speak to his people, he first have to receive it. Okay? So that's similar to what I'm saying, somewhat. I'm saying to feel that thing. When you have the Ruach living in you, you got to understand, he already just said, once the Spirit abide in you and you abide in him, you shall receive power. You shall receive a comforter. You shall have a teacher of all things resting within you. He will reveal things to you, show you things to come. All these great things. Okay? So if he's all that in me, when who am I in him? You see? So when he's teaching me something, I first have to apply it to myself before I bring it before you all. What do you mean? I got to feel that thing, y'all. I got to feel what the Spirit is saying to me in my spirit before I bring it to you as if, oh, he ain't saying nothing to me. He's saying it to you. No. Sister Deborah got to feel that thing. I got to feel that what he's saying, he's applying to me first and foremost. Why? How is he going to bypass you and tell you to tell somebody else? What sense does that make? Feel that thing. Feel. Why? Why must I feel it? Because I'm greater in you and I'm teaching you from the inside. Feel that thing that I'm saying. And when I feel that thing, I understand that thing. I get that thing. I embrace that thing. I salute that thing. Now you see, now I that thing. I can't tell you nothing until I'm able to feel what he's saying in me. Because I can't skip it like he ain't saying nothing to me. Or he telling y'all this. He telling y'all. No. That's not how he rumble. Not with me. Since I was 4, I feel that thing. Always did. Even as a young girl. I always feel that thing. Anything he says to me, I feel that thing. When he told me something was going to happen to our family, and I had no idea he was coming that hard. And that's when my son committed suicide. When he told me that, I went straight to the floor. I dived, y'all, to the floor. I was kicking and hollering. I went outside on the front lawn. I kicked, I hollered, I screamed. I did all kinds of things. You know why? Sister Girl was feeling that thing. Did he give me the fullness? No, he didn't. He didn't have to give me the fullness, but I felt that thing. Why? Because he gave it to me. He gave it to me, but I did not know the Father was coming to my son. My mother had 7 kids. I was the only one with a grandchild. Only one. And then my sister had one years later. But the problem is, wait a minute. You telling me to tell my family to pray, my mother and father to pray like they never prayed, and something's about to happen to my family. Oh, I'm the prophetess. He ain't talking to me. That's what I thought. Oh, he if he was talking to me, he'll tell me a little bit more. You all, did you know I did not know that he was really coming from my household with that thing? From my household did he come. So I'm like saying, that's why I was feeling that thing. I'm out on the front line, kicking and hollering and screaming. Ain't nothing even happened. I was just feeling that thing. What was you feeling, Deborah? What he told me that was about to happen. He didn't tell me that my son was going to commit suicide. He didn't tell me none of that. It's what he said in me. And then I began to say to him, I remember it, you all, just as clear. I started on the living room floor, then I end up on the front line, kicking and hollering. And I began to say to him, but it hurts so bad. What is it, Father? Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh, it hurts so bad. Y'all, let me tell y'all, it was a feeling out of this world. I felt that thing. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm saying. See, that's how he rumbled. He want me to feel that thing. So I thought that my mom was doing a family reunion of 300 and she wanted me to cater with her. I said, Mama, the Spirit of the Lord told me to tell you, told me to tell you and Daddy, we got to pray like we never prayed before. Oh, and it was such a hard feeling. My mother said, what's about to happen? What, something about to happen? I said, yeah, something about to happen, but I don't know what it is. And then when I saw my daddy, I brought the truck back to take some another load of things back to the family reunion my mother was catering. And I got to Dad. I said, Daddy, God said we got to pray. You, me, and Mama got to pray like we never prayed before. He said, yeah, booby, you know we do. We sure got to pray. All of us need to pray more. And that's all my daddy said. So 2 weeks passed by. And it was about my son. But the Father never told me it was about my son. He didn't tell me he was coming to my house. He didn't have to. He don't owe me nothing. But he prepared me, you guys. I'm running. I'm on the floor in the living room, hooping and howling, and I'm flying out in the front line, howling and screaming. That was preparation from the inside out. He was preparing me. So that's why I say to you all, this individual asked me, well, what do you mean when you say you got to feel that thing? That's what I mean, baby. Feel that thing. When that Holy Spirit reveals something to you, you got to feel that thing. You can't walk around here, oh, he talking to somebody else. Oh, you got to do this. No. You got to bring that and apply it to you first. And once you have applied it in the area where he has given you the strength to apply it, then you bring that thing forth. You see? So it ain't no, people run around here talking about, oh, I'm a prophet. Just let me tell you something. It's a price to pay. It is a price to pay. It ain't something that you take lightly. Who wants to walk into a furnace fire all the time? As if it's supposed to feel good. You see what I'm saying? So when you have the fake ones, they don't have no problem. Because they don't know nothing about what I'm talking about. You see? Because they the fake one. I'm the servant of the Most High Yah prophet. That's the difference. They don't feel nothing. They don't have to apply nothing to themselves first. They can come to you and tell you anything and everything. That's the difference. So that's why I don't deal with people who someone asked me. Now it's been 3 people, different separate people have asked me about this one prophet, Celestine or something. Celestine, I think something like that. Why are you asking a prophet of the Most High Yah about someone else that says that they are a prophet? Huh? Why? Why would you do that? Why? You see what I'm saying? See the games displayed? A prophet is subject to a prophet. Let us be that. If you are a musician, you are subject to other musicians. If you are a singer, you and the singers in the body of Hamashiach are singers. If you're called to be an excellent usher and know how to greet people and make people feel good when they walk in and make them feel good when they go out, well, that's what you all are subject to one another. A pastor is subject to other pastors. A bishop is subject to other bishops. But in this world today, none of them are subject to each other because one think they're better than the other. They are not of Yah. That's why all of them doing what they're doing. That's why T.D. Jakes got what he did. Cliff O'Dollars, Eddie Long, Joyce Meyer, Osteen, and all of them. Because now one of them is subject to the higher power. So they don't need to be subject to one another. You get what I'm saying? So when I'm saying feel that thing, I feel that thing. I feel that thing. And mine is so deep that I can feel the prophecies. Meaning, say for instance, he say, okay, this here. He give me this prophecy and say, okay, during the middle of the year on June, let's say June, I'm just giving you an example. Okay, during June, they're gonna have this happening. First thing you can do is, if it's deadly, if it's way beyond a good feeling, way beyond, you're gonna feel that thing. You're going to feel that thing. Another thing about a prophet, they ain't come to tell you nothing good. They ain't come to tell you nothing good. Unless it's a good warning to tell you, don't go that way, go this. A good warning and said, the Father said, get your house in order. Outside of that, they ain't come to tell you what you want to hear, what you want to feel, what you want to believe, what you want to teach, what you want to understand. That's not their mission. Their mission go straight into the fire. Okay, so that's the reason why I say the individuals say, well, what do you mean when you say feel that thing? That's what I mean. You got to feel that thing. You see? And once that happened to my son, my testimony was wrapped in him giving me the word 2 weeks prior before it happened. You see what I'm saying? And my reaction to when he gave it to me. And that was me falling out on the floor, crying and then hooping and hollering and acting a fool on the front line. Because I'm feeling that thing. But it didn't happen till 2 weeks later. But I felt that thing. Okay? So that's what it means when I say feel that thing. You got to feel this thing that he's telling you. He said, Deborah, go and say this. I first have to apply it to me. I got to feel that what he's talking about. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say feel that thing. Let's say Deuteronomy 28. I feel that thing. I salute it. Yay, Father. I understand that curse. I had to tell someone about the generational curse. If I think I'm going to speak on the generational curse. And I think that is so important to cover because I was so saddened today when the Spirit told me something in my spirit. I just couldn't help but start crying from the inside because I said, Father, for so long, so many thousands of years, they knew it not. Because we as people have bypassed the beginning to the end, and yet the Father is still increasing knowledge. And this knowledge that he says shall be increased in the end days, let me tell y'all something. This is not natural knowledge. This is spiritual knowledge. Because it's no reason to tell you knowledge of what's already going on. You see that. So he wants you to know spiritual knowledge is on its way. Now, what is this spiritual knowledge going to do? It ain't going to save you. It ain't going to deliver you. It ain't going to do anything but bring some light in the midst of darkness. So darkness don't think it rules everything. Light is in the midst of it. How about that? How about that? That's the purpose of the spiritual knowledge increasing in the last stage. Okay. So, what is the biggest downfall? The question was, what is the biggest downfall in the world today? What is the downfall in the world today? Let me throw that to you all in the live chat. What would you say is the biggest downfall in the world today? I'm going to throw that back on you, and then I'm going to pull up in it, okay? What would you think in the live chat is the biggest downfall in the world today? What is the biggest downfall in the world today, in this day that we're in? What is the downfall? No repentance. That's most definitely, you know that there ain't no repentance. But you know what? Let me explain something. Since you said that, guess what? Listen to this here. The question still is, what is the biggest downfall in the world today? Let me explain something when you said no repentance. Very good. Very, very good. But guess what I found out? I'm sitting here up in Revelation, and I'm looking at this and I'm saying, wait a minute, Father, y'all, something going on here. You're going to be doing all this tribulation. You're going to be doing all this judgment. You're going to do all them plagues, earthquakes, famine, pestilence, all this stuff. And guess what he pull up and say? And they still will not repent. Y'all, that's always Revelation to the end. And they still will not repent. So when you say no repenting, you are 100. But just imagine, when we in the 99.9 heat of the tribulations and the judgment and the wrath and the famine and the pestilence and the earthquakes in diverse places and all of these things going on. He said, guess what he said? But Debbie, did you read? I said, well, wait a minute. I'm thinking, okay, they finna get what they got coming. Oh, it's on now. He said, Deborah, did you read? I said, read what? What's the deal? He said, I want you to go back. They ain't gonna repent. They still ain't nothing that the Father's going to put on this earth that's going to make anybody turn and repent. So when that individual says, who can be saved in that end day? Let me tell you something. If you think for 1 minute that people going to get it right, because Sister Deborah talking truth, spirit and truth, and has the light in her right hand. If you think for 1 minute people going to get it right when pestilence and famine and earthquakes and tribulation and war and all this killing and purge on the scene, guess what he said? The Most High Yah said, Deborah, you better go back up in there. And I said, oh, what, Deborah, they still ain't gonna repent. I'm like, so that right hand gonna be cutting up from the floor all the way to the very end, and you mean they still ain't gonna repent? To the day of ending the whole world, and you mean they still ain't gonna repent? He said, no. See, that's why I tell y'all, all this overworking yourself to be the way the flesh of men and women telling you should be, y'all better kick their trash to the curb. Because the truth of the matter, the Father already got it locked in and locked out. Only one gonna be saved for eternal is those that's already written. People out here clowning, saying, oh, I got plenty of time. I get it right on the left hand side. Oh, it's okay. It ain't as serious as this. No, it's not. Because he already got everything locked in and locked out. The books ain't been open yet. But when they are, guess what? Your works are already in there. How about that? You thought the works was up to you, didn't you? You thought it was going to take you to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. No. Your works are already invested in you, baby, before the foundation of the world. How about that? How about that? That's why Sister Deborah said you should know today who you are. If you're on the left or if you're on the right. If you're born of the spirit or if you're born of the flesh. If you are of the Satan seed or if you are the spiritual seed. Baby, let me tell you something. If you are the light or if you are the darkness, this day, you should know. Why? Because the Father say, Deborah, when tribulation pull all the way 100, when pestilence pull up all the way 100, earthquakes in diverse places 100, famine 100, war 100, chaos 100, they still ain't gonna repent. So Sister Deborah ain't got no business looking for it now. You see? Because if you can't see who you are, and I heard this one guy said, I think it was yesterday, he said, people should know where they stand today. And I've told y'all that because what people are thinking is they're going to fake it till they make it. Baby, ain't no such thing. Because guess what? Faking it till you make it, guess what? You already been made. God made you either in one book or the other. How about that? His books are closed. What are you talking about? So faking it till you make it ain't on your time. It's been in his. He's finished. He had written everything before the foundation of the world, and he closed them books up. And you, me, and nobody else can go into it. Not even the Son of Man, not even the angels. But his right hand power going to open that book up. And when he open it, your works in which he has already written it in by your name before the foundation of the world, before you even anything was on the earth, you was already written. How you like them now? Do you like them now? How about that? So it's a sad thing, but it's a real thing. A lot of things that we are doing, we are not understanding it is finished. We are not understanding it was finished before it started. You know he don't need no rest. Rest from what? Come on. It should teach you to want to dig deeper. What's this rest you talking about? What's this rest? It's the ultimate rest, Deborah. That all men and women should seek for. Oh, they think you're supposed to get the rest in the flesh on the Sabbath. You see? On the Sabbath. And now they have taken the Sabbath for drinking, partying, feasting, and everything else. They still out of order. You see? But they want to tell you how to look, dress, walk, talk, eat, and serve certain days. Kick them to the curb. Seek ye the face of the Most High Yah and his goodness, his greatness, and not all this trash on this earth trying to portray to be the light, and it's not. Okay? So the biggest what did everyone say about the biggest misinterpretation of the Bible is the biggest? Oh, yeah, that's very good. Very good. That's almost close to what I got. Okay. Let's see. That's what, let me tell you about the seal. Let me tell you what he told me about the seal. But the question was, what does it mean when you say that? No, that's not the one. I'm on the different. What is the biggest downfall? Very good. Very good. Misinterpretation. You know what it is? Guess what it is? The biggest downfall on the face of the earth today is deception. They have won. I'm going to give it to you. They have won, y'all. They won. Deception has won on the face of the earth. They have deceived the highest number that can ever be deceived. It's over. That's what the whole idea is. They didn't deceive them because people are locked into all the things that sat there to deceive them by the mass. They ain't gonna be able to see nothing else outside of that, and it has locked all of them in. Like someone was saying about the universe, they have locked. That's a part of it too. The deception. That universe. That's a part of that deception. All of that. They done locked it into all the AI, the CERN, the fallen angels, the giants, the aliens, all of this stuff is deception to keep you from seeing on the right-hand side. And they have successfully. So when you said misinterpretation, there it is. Deception. You're right. You are 100% right. That's the greatest. And that's very good you were able to say that because that's exactly what it is. So now it makes sense why at the end, when Yeshua was on Mount Olive privately with his disciples. And remember, they came to him asking him, oh, what will be the day, the coming, what would it be like in the day of your coming or the end day? Why are you asking? You ain't gonna be here. But what did Yeshua pull up on? Let me tell you all something. He was talking to the 12. Don't you be deceived. Because see, that's the biggest thing, y'all. That is the biggest thing. Misinterpretation, part of being deceived. Deceived. It's a part of being deceived. They are terribly deceived. And it's not going anywhere. Now, you was talking about the seal. Let me tell you what he said to me. He told me this a couple of weeks ago. It's been about a couple of weeks. He told me, because see, this is what I was doing. I was keeping a close watch on Revelation 1, Revelation 2, Revelation 3, Revelation 4, thinking, okay, oh, this is happening. Oh, I seen this. I know this happened. I'm here. I see this. But guess what he told me? He said, Deborah, it's going to be all over the place. He said, when man smeared that book, they smeared things out of order. So don't think it's in order. That's what he told me. So do not think it's going to fall in order. And I see that already because in Revelation 18 and verse 2 is talking about the migrant from the four corners coming over. And that's why Babylon is going to be the habitation of devils and all is wicked and evil. It's not saying that it's going to be that because that's what it is. It's letting you know how bad it's going to be, y'all. And that's something you don't hear no pastor, bishop, mooring, seers, watchmen, apostles, a prophet, a prophetess. You don't hear nobody, apostle, let me say, bishop, pastor. You don't hear none of them talking about it. Why? Because the Father say it's better for them to tell you good vibes than to tell you the truth of the whole matter. So that's connected with them good vibes. They believe in this day and time only tell people good things. You see? That's a form of also deception because you want people to see things in a way that nothing is happening out of the norm or all things are good. That's these prosperity preachers as well. Oh, you finna get rich. I hear so many female prophets talking about it's finna get better. We finna get this and God about to bless you to have this. And I cannot believe that people are still falling for it. They're still falling for it. We are not in a time where things are going to get better. Even the world knows that. The elites know it. That's why they're doing everything they possibly can. So why are you teaching and preaching and speaking that this is the day of prosper in what? Here? Because you ain't going nowhere else if that's what you want to teach. That's not true. Talk them prophecies, pull them prophecies up, because that's the will of my Father, that we put out what he says that's going to happen. The more you receive the prophecies, guess what? The better you will be, because now you'll know what's what. And people will be looking to hear from you. People be looking to know what's what in a day when they thinking what? They ready want to die, because so much wicked and evil is going to be before them on every side, in front and in back. You see? So knowing truth, spirit and truth, is not a bad thing. It is a wonderful thing. It is the ruach of the Creator. So yes, he told me, as far as like you were saying about the seals, the seal, we all over the place. But we are walking his will out. I can definitely tell you that in Revelation. Okay. That the biggest downfall in the world today is deception. And people are so happy that they are deceiving the mass. People are so happy. Y'all didn't know that, did you? People are so happy that they are able to deceive the mass. They are happy. Okay, the next one was, should prophets bring warning to escape? Are we called to teach and preach words to tell people how to escape the prophecies or the warning of the Most High God? See, if you are called to go into the fire, how can you go into the fire and talk to the people a way that they can come out of the fire? It doesn't make sense. You cannot go into the fire as a prophetess and tell the people how to escape out of the fire. How to escape out of the fire. So no matter what scriptures you read in this instructions and direction book, you still got to hold up for the Ruach, the true teacher. We and many are teaching people how to escape out of Babylon, out of the country, out of what you in. No. If I am a prophetess predestined and ordained to go into the fire to give the warning, you best believe the warning would never be how to escape out of the fire, but to warn you regarding the fire. What I mean is, people are looking a way out to escape the prophecies. You see what I'm saying? You remember the Hebrew boys who went into the fire? Did they fight? Did they argue? Did they scream? Did they do anything outside of went in? And by them going into the fire, not knowing that if they're going to be dead or alive, if they're going to burn up, did not they come out? You see what I'm saying? So when you go into the fire, it's not about trying to fuss, fight, and try to tell people how to escape the fire. It's to give them the warning from Yah that's in the fire. And while you in it, the only one going to bring you out of it is the Most High Yah. But when we think that we can escape something that he created to be, you lost without a cause. And cause is lost in you. Because we cannot escape the prophecy. If I can't escape the furnace fire, what makes you think you're going to? Did you see the Hebrew boys trying to escape that fire? No, they went, took their butts right in and then stood there. Because that's how you have to do under the right hand power of the Father. Even me as a prophetess, I got to go into that fire. Do I know the fire is hot and heated? Yeah, but I ain't going in it alone. And I keep in mind that the same one that has suffered this fire to be, he also told me I gave you a lane. And if he gave me a lane, that means I can go into the fire. What he gives me to go in the fire, to give the warning, and I'm going to be okay. Because the lane represent I'm in there. Dead or alive, I'm in there. You see? That's just like Abraham. How he told Abraham he was going to have, his seed was going to be many. He told Abraham what all he was going to do for him through his son. So when Abraham, see, a lot of y'all didn't know this here. Abraham didn't have no problem going in the fire. What do you mean, Deborah? What do you mean? Abraham went into the fire, y'all. You know what his fire was? To kill his son. How about that? How about that? He went all the way, didn't he? Did not Abraham go all the way through the fire? He even took the knife out. To do what? To take Isaac's life. What did Abraham know? What Yah said to him before he did it? Before he even told him to sacrifice his son, he knew that Yah said through his son, the whole nation, he was going to have many seeds, as the stars of the sky and the sand of the sea. That he's going to have many through his son. So if he's on there, he's up there getting ready to sacrifice his son, then how can Isaac bring forth Jacob and so on? After he already told Abraham. You see what I'm saying? So see how Abraham knew that he was going into the fire furnace? It was all well. I'm going to do what he tell me to do. What? I'm going to go up here and sacrifice this son of mine because he already gave me a lane to run in. How about that? What was the Abraham lane? That your son going to bring nations. See? See, you see how he deals with us? Separate. But yet we still got to go into the fire. So Abraham still had to sacrifice Isaac. And once Abraham was at that point where he was going to sacrifice Isaac, he said, Abraham, look over there in that bush. I got a ram in that bush. Sacrifice it. See, the Father just wants us to understand. If I tell you, Deborah, to go in that fire, you take your butt in that fire. And I mean right now. It ain't about going in there thinking that, oh, no, I'm too scared, or they ain't going to believe me, or I ain't going to get subscribers and likes, or I ain't going to get this, and I ain't going to get that. No, you take your butt in that fire, and I'll meet you there. You give them what I give you, but you feel that thing before you go in. But when you get in there, I'll meet you there. You see what I'm saying? So the same way with Abraham. He went into the fire. He was getting ready to sacrifice Isaac. That's going into the fire. He sure was. But he also remembered, what did he give him before he went in? He gave him a lane to run in. What was that lane? That you already counted righteous, bro. And on top of that, I'm going to give you a seed. And that seed is going to be a nation. So if you finna kill a seed, how can it be a nation? People don't know. Abraham is like Sister Deborah. We in there. We know what's going on with our Father. We know what the Creator is doing. He ain't having a problem. Come on, son. Let's go on up. Come on. He called me to go in the fire. Come on. I got to sacrifice you. You don't know it, but I'm getting to do what? The will of the Father. And the Father said, hold up, hey. Over there, you see that ram in that bush? Sacrifice him. You see, the Father always will and always have had a ram in the bush for each and every last one of us. They have gotten to know him for who he is. Not who we want to say he is, who they say he is, but who he is himself. Okay? So, should a prophet bring warning to escape? Prophets are not here to give people warnings to escape out of the prophecies. The prophet is to give the warnings that the prophecy has been set. And they can't nobody move them. You see? Just go in, believe, salute the prophecies, and you'll come out on the other side. But when you get up to the point where you think that you can teach people how to escape and go around the prophecy, or it said this in Revelation, but this is the way you can get away from it, this way you can escape, those are not the prophets of the Most High God. because you can never teach people how to escape the prophecies. You can't do that. And only one will come to do that is a snake in the grass. Those are false prophets. Okay? So the last one, and then I will be taking, let me see. I would be taking questions and people who have answers. Okay, we have one here. Prophecy. It says, wait a minute. No prophet. Wait a minute, Father. Wait a minute. It says prophet. Wait a minute. Let me. Oh, no. This individual asked me this question. Can the prophet and the prophets reason? Listen to this. And you all tell me what you think about this. It says, can the prophet and the prophets of Yah reason with the prophet, the false prophets? That's crazy, isn't it? Listen to this. Can the prophet of Yah reason with the false prophets? What do y'all think? Can the prophets of Yah reason with the false prophets? No, we can't escape them. Nope, you're right. Exactly. We can't. We can't. We can't. Why? Because Because what? We are mission. One on the left and one on the right. One is spirit and one is flesh. You see? It's like no, one is light and one is night. They have nothing in common. So we can't come to the table and reason. And this is what you see in the world today. You see prophets trying to reason with prophets, and you can't do that. You either the prophets of the light or you the prophets of the darkness. But you cannot, the prophets of the light cannot reason with the prophets of the dark because they don't have Yah in common. You get what I'm saying? The prophet of the light serves Yah. They are called, appointed as a spiritual servant. The prophets of the dark is those that are Satan's seed that has, how would I say it, rumbled in the world and on the earth, representing Satan as one that knows all about the prophecies in this book. You see what I'm saying? And they're portrayed as if they are the prophets of Yah. You see? So it's no way the prophet of yesterday, of the flesh can be reasoning with the prophet of the spirit. It's like light and light and dark. They have nothing in common, nothing at all. You know, let me give you another example. You know how you have hot water and cold water, and you get warm water to fit. You can't even get them to fit together. You can't get them to work together. You can't come on and want a car together. You can't mingle together. You can't salute each other. You can't anything. Totally different. Y'all speaking to this one and Satan speaking to this one. You ain't got no business trying to reason with false prophets. Okay? If you are the prophet that's a servant of the Most High Yah in the light. So that was it. That was the questions. I only had 8. So anybody have any questions in the live? Yes. Right side and the left. Light and has no fellowship with darkness. Right on. But that's what they're doing in the world. They're making you think that, oh, but he's a prophet. Oh, but he's a prophet. But he's a prophet. Oh, but she's a prophet. But oh, she's a prophet. And they're talking like, oh, Yah is about to come. God is about to come. And he's finna bless everybody financial. Baby, that's against the prophecies. Where do you see that? Only way way we're gonna get blessed is in the spirit once we up out of here. That's the only and out of this land. Where are you getting that from? And that blessing is not financial or wealth. Yep, righteous ain't got no business fooling with it. Elijah sure didn't, did he? He did not. Jeremiah didn't reason with, okay, yeah, that is all of them is women. Didn't reason with Jezebel. We hate wicked and lies because we walk in light. Very good, very good. You're right. Elijah didn't reason with the prophets of Baal. You are so right. Shalom and shalom. That's good, but at least you got it. You see, you said you never knew, you never understood the real meaning of you got to watch and pray until these last days. That's really good. At least look, at least you can say you got it. Do you know 99.9 don't? So at least you gripping it, you know. Most of them ain't even going nowhere near that direction. But you know what shocked me is when the Father told me, now you sitting here reading all up in Revelation. Don't go telling these people that these people are going to be delivered. Because when you finish reading this, what am I saying? And I'm sitting here reading all this stuff about, and they still didn't repent. You mean they gonna not repent? Up. So you see how we can overwork ourselves trying to convince people to turn away and don't go that left, go this way. Don't go that way, go this way. Girl, you better keep your head wrapped. You better look like this, you better eat this. All those ways don't mean anything. And then the Father said, now pull up in Revelation after I done all these plagues and everything. I said, Father, it says that they still not gonna repent. So what makes you think you're going to say something that's going to cause somebody to turn in there, Deborah? You sure right. That makes so much sense. It makes you be free to understand. Don't overwork yourself. We are not, we that work as far as overworking ourselves to try to prove to people that he is who he is. He all power. He is the word. Oh, the Father said, don't put too much on that now. Don't have no heart attack. Don't go through all that. Because I told you all the way to the end, they still ain't gonna believe. Even when I put Satan down in the pit and destroy them all, they gonna still be down there unbelieved and burning up and feeling that thing. They gonna feel that thing. Yes, they are. Yep, you are so right. And that's what he put for us to hate they wicked and they evil, and they are to hate our righteous. So you see how we don't? You are so right. You see how we can't. So when this person asked me this, I'm like saying, why would I want to reason with the false prophet? What kind of question is that? But you know, people ask questions, and that's a good thing, though. It's a good thing. It keeps you on your toes. Yeah, disbelief. Yeah. Because he said that's going to pull all the way up in the end of Revelation. And I'm like saying, you mean tribulation, earthquakes, pestilence, famine, and all this stuff, destroying the United States and all this, and you saying that those people and all these here things you bringing out of the pit, and the people are still not going to change? He said, no, it ain't meant for them to. See, the Father is telling me, Deborah, if I told you it was over, it been over. So they ain't going to pull up in Revelation and flip the script. Understand, it's finished. Heaven got everything locked here and there. says that, but see, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. You know what? When I read Revelation, I never saw that. I never saw it. Never in my life did I ever, how would I say it, really drilled in and saw that no matter what take place in this tribulation and in this judgment, in this wrath at the end, I never thought that people wasn't still, it ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. Why? Because they already predestined to hell. They want to go where they were already assigned. So they not gonna come and flip it because we want to read that they gonna get right. Because look what he doing to y'all. You gonna get right now. He said, no, they ain't. They are who he said that they are. They're on their way to hell. And they know it in a handbasket. Satan ain't gonna flip. You ain't hearing the false prophet. I'm like saying, even the false prophet and the beast and the antichrist, they not fighting. He put them in their tails in the lake of fire. They weren't fighting. Satan, he went into the lake of fire like, okay, it's time for me to go. See y'all later. No more me. I'm like saying, like, Father, it's like all this that he did to deceive the whole world, and he going to hell like it ain't nothing. He ain't hooping and hollering now. The false prophet and the antichrist and the beast ain't cutting up now. He said, Deborah, understand where the power is at. I still rule. And they know that. It takes me back to his power and how I am in full understanding why he have given his the spirit of fear. Because when you know him, you fear him. The beast, the antichrist, and the false prophet, they fear him. Satan, fear him. You see? Because I had an issue in Revelation knowing that that the Father said, I sent an angel with the key and a chain to take Satan down in the pit for 1,000 years. I said, all it's going to take is one angel? He going to be able to handle Satan? He said, Deborah, Satan is not big and bad like the people have put him on a pedestal to be. He said, now, do you see how many are you thinking I'm going to send down there to handle him? Satan ain't no enemy to me. Satan don't Satan don't scare me. Satan is not bad and tough to me. I'm his creator. I got his beginning and end like I got yours. So he know who he dealing with. It's a sad thing, flesh and blood don't. But Satan knows who he dealing with. I sent an angel. Here, take this chain down here. Muzzle his mouth. So he won't be able to talk while he down for 1,000 years. Chain his butt up and put a seal on him at that. Put a seal. Let him know I'm going to let him back up after 1,000 years. And when he got up for 1,000 years, y'all want me to tell you what the Spirit showed me? He said when he was unlocked to come out, he went through to the throne of Yah. Satan went to the throne of Yah to get his mission. Satan had been chained up for 1,000 years. And when they unchained him to loose, he went straight to the altar of my Most High Yah. What did he do that for? I said, Father, what he doing coming up to you? He said, Deborah, he come to get his mission. He wanted me to know, what do you have me to do? He said, I want you to go over to Tamega. All of them, gather them together. Deceive them all. Tell them, come to the battlefield. Just go and deceive them all and tell them to come to the battlefield. Satan said, we'll do. Satan went straight over there to them, deceived them, told them, come on here, y'all, let's go to the battlefield and fight. We gonna win. We gonna get, I'm just imagining what he done told them. Do you know them people came to the battlefield? Satan went over there and told them, deceived them. How did he deceive them? Y'all gave them a charge. See, when he was released after 1,000 years, he didn't know which way to go. Should I go left? Should I go right? Should I go up? Should I go down? Which way should I go? Father said, I'll tell you what, go over there to Tamega. The rest of the world that has connected to them. Tell them, hi. Which way is it? come over to the battlefield. And I'm like saying, Father, why is this world making it look like you fighting them? Why, Father? Why? He said, Deborah, you sitting here reading it under my teaching. If I would pull away, could you see that? And I said to him, that's what it says, though. He said, so you see how plainly seen it is. Even though they smear some things, it tells them what I'm going to do. And then I would come in and give minds the spirit and truth of the whole matter. That's what you understand. And guess what the spirit and truth is? I realize he's not battling and warring and fighting and getting victory in the fight. You know how two people, let's say Russia and China is warring, gunshots, fighting and dropping bombs and, ships and what's that submarine blowing up. But when y'all come, he told Satan, after those 1,000 years, Satan came to the throne. He said, okay, you ready? He said, yeah. What is it you want me to do? He said, go over there to Meganim. Deceive them to come on to the battlefield. It's that time. Satan went over there, deceived a whole world. They all came to the battlefield. What was the battlefield for? Y'all, he wasn't on there battling them. Y'all stop lying. Stop going around here telling these people, they've been telling them for 1,000,000 years. I'm just over exaggerating when I say a year, y'all. Million years. They're telling these people that, it's gonna battle and war, and Yeshua's gonna be war and this. Y'all. Who can war with the right hand of the Father? And he tells you right in Revelation. And he instantly destroyed them. So they didn't even get to use their weapons. You see? And after Satan had deceived them to come to the battlefield, where Yah told Satan to bring them to tell them to come, it tells you, and Satan was put in to the lake of fire. Wow. They got destroyed without a battle. And the world run around here as if the Most High Creator got to fight somebody. Y'all sicker than sick. You know why you sicker than sick? Because you never understood who the power really was. And if you knew the right hand of the Father in the stretched out arm, you will know that he don't have to fight no battle. He is all power. Now, who gonna fight against all power? You sicker than sick. Who gonna fight against all power? Satan said, y'all sick if you think I'm gonna fight against it. I know better. So why is the world making it look like, there's gonna be a battle between y'all and what the wrecks behind y'all getting that from? Plain as day. Him telling Satan to go to the and deceive them to come to the battlefield where he can destroy him, and that's what he did. And that was it, y'all. That was it. That was it. But I think that the most powerful thing is what is going to be done to Babylon. I think that's the most powerful thing. And I think that Babylon have a system. And a lot of people are in misunderstanding the system that Babylon is under. I think the system is more powerful than Babylon itself than the United States of America. I know for a fact that it is. So the problem is, when I was 16 years old, I used to say to people that United States is the crutch for Israel over there. They're going to have to be brought down. I never knew why I said it, but I always said it. I call it a crutch. You know how you hold yourself up because your leg is broke? I always saw Israel as a broken leg. And the United Snakes is their crush to hold them up on that one leg. And now being 63 years old, it makes all sense. United Snakes has supported, and even to today, they will kill you all. They will kill you. Look at what those Jewish people was doing, building that tunnel. Do y'all understand what was going on? Y'all still don't, do you? The media, nothing touched it. Nothing. Let them get by with it. Nothing. It's so much stuff in the face of people. And I battle with it. Because I'm saying it's so much for people to see and they still cannot see. And it's like, even if they seen it, they still couldn't do nothing about it. So I guess that's another reason. But they built a tunnel here in New York. These people are, I'm telling you. Now, see, they would cut my video. They would take my video down and say it's because I'm speaking against medical reasons. All the videos they take down has nothing to do with medical. And I don't get it. Why are they doing it? You think I care? Take them all down. How about that? How about that? Truth gonna still go out, whether it go out of mind or one that the Father has. See, and that's what I love about the Creator. He always got a light on or a ram in the bush. So it's just showing you that he even allowed them to think that they are doing something that they ain't doing nothing. You see, it's so many things that is taking place that something else. There are people that were melanated people that's coming from Africa and different areas over there across the border. And they said they are told to not deal with us as a people. You see what I'm saying? That just showing you what they're bringing across this border. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. They already done filled them up with negativity things regarding the melanated people here in the United States. So I think that I really feel that it was really sad that we as a nation of people, the tribe of Judah, never got it right. But Jacob, our forefathers, he said we wouldn't. He said we wouldn't. And he said it in Genesis 49. He said Jacob is like a cub. And then he said, and then a old lion. That means it's from the beginning to the end. That is not going to get up. So that's the warning that Jacob is not going to mount up to anything. Okay. Until Yeshua comes. You see, the lion, the real lion. See, our men is claiming to be lions. They have them on their some of them on their shirts, on their they have jewelry and they got pictures. And how can you even represent a lion as the Messiah and be the way that you are in this world today? You're nowhere near a lion. Go back to what Jacob said. Jacob said it in 49 of Genesis. You ain't gonna get up. So pretending that the lion, only lion we're gonna have to hold on is the Messiah. Outside of that, these men on this in this land is not going to come up to fight, to defeat, to come on one accord, to unite, to care, to give and give to one another, to share. Only thing they're going to do is the opposite. That's on the left side. They're going to kill, steal, and destroy in the name of the serpent seed. And that's what you see today. That's what you see. And if you say you see something else, that's because you've been on the left side in the dark. You've been in the dark so long, your eyes cannot see light at all. Because this is actually what's going on. Okay, anyone have any questions or even have answers to questions that we hear throughout this day that we're in? And yeah, that's what he was saying. They like the darkness better than light. You are 100. Thank you. He definitely have the victory. Yes, yes, yes. And that's what he always tell me. He said, you know, I already did one. What they think I'm gonna be out here fighting for? I'm all power. What would I look like fighting? Y'all, come on now. Go back to Genesis. All this that he done done, but he gonna be up here fighting. Come on. Come on. We got to put him where he belongs. First and foremost, all power. You don't have to fight nothing. Because ain't nothing down here worth fighting. Especially with that right hand he got. I think about y'all didn't even know, all the wars of David, all the wars of the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah was fought and defeated by the right hand of the Father. And he didn't even get the glory. He didn't even get the credit. Even to today. That's sad. That's real sad. All praise to the Most High Yah. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, he don't even get no credit. And that's what makes me feel sad. But it ain't over until it's over, and it's over. It ain't over until it's over, but it's over. And I just thank the Most High Yah for being all that he is and all that he was and all that he's going to be. Victory, like one was saying, victory he already won. When we get that mindset, we'll understand what we're going through means nothing. But when you can turn that bad boy over to he that got victory, that carries that right hand, he'll take you a mighty long ways. Yes, so you see, a lot of things is taking place. And did I tell you all? Let me show you all something else that was said. Somebody sending me so many different videos. Let me show you. I can't. And I just heard part of it, but I want to show y'all something. And 1 minute, I'm going to show you something to let you see something. If you are, I didn't get the page, but I'm going to also look it up and put it down beneath the, so you can hear what ICU uploaded and allowed us as people to see what the United States is doing. Because I'm going to tell y'all the truth. 99 trillion have not seen this video, and it's just happened. And these men and what they're doing is off the chain. And they're starting, they have started a war beyond a war that your eyes have not seen, nor have your ears. And the United States is involved in it. Let me show you another something that I know I should have did it better.
See decades, but it's getting so much attention right now. Whistleblowers, congressional hearings. All right, let me ask you, Joseph, the big question. Are UFOs real? Well, I'm going to answer 3 points. There's 3 different things that I think they are. First of all, for all of us who have our tinfoil hats on and we're trying to work through the process, there's a lot to discuss with it. But I do believe, yes, they're real, but no, there are no such thing as aliens. Now, a lot of people may say, well, how can you say that? Well, I believe the Bible does explain things, but it doesn't get into explicit detail about actual UFOs. But I think there's 3 things. I'll just break it down really quick. Number 1, I believe there's technology out there we don't know about, stuff that's way beyond our comprehension, governments or agencies have. Secondly, there's a thing called Project Bluebeam, where they can broadcast or blast images up into the sky to make people believe a narrative. And there's technology about this. We talk about this in our programs. And thirdly, I do believe there's legitimate activity from demonic entities that are presenting themselves as messengers, angels of light, or UFOs in the sky to get people to go towards a last days deception. I believe Luke 21 talks about how there will be things that are coming upon the earth that men's hearts will fail them because they're looking at these unexplainable, unavoidable instances where things will come through the atmosphere. I'm not saying that's UFOs, but it could be that type of deception or issue that causes.
It's deception. That's all it is. Now, what problem I have is I would think as people that are been in captivity for so long. We should be the last group of people that believe anything they say. That's just me. I can have an issue. I can have problems. I think we as a melanated people should be at a level in this end day that where we don't believe nothing they say. But we are the opposite. We're the opposite. We believe everything they say. And I liked what he was saying, because he was saying even to the point where it is because of what they're doing for the technology. You see what I'm saying? They making it appear that it exists. Their technology, okay? And the deception. He even explained to us something about how they have done it in time past, where they could make something appear in the sky. This is what it is, y'all. It's a deception. Why? Why are they doing that? Because they got to counteract the prophecy. The prophecies of the Most High Yah is also showing us that he's dealing from underneath the ground. Because I keep saying to you, you mean you put them devils down in the uttermost darkness chain until the day of destruction? So this is why you pulling them up in the end days. Yes, I didn't tell you I was pulling them down. I'm pulling them up, Deborah. What they doing up here with me? He said even principality in high places. He even explained to us that he has the power over principality. But he said principality in high places. A lot of us look at up in the sky, in that type of high. He said high positions on our jobs, high positions in our community, high positions in our government, high positions in the elites. These are principality in high places. You notice they can do something and nobody, look what they doing to all, they bring in the light. They shining, the elites are shining the light on all the Negro men. Did y'all notice that? What are they doing? Now, see, just because I said they shining the light on our Negro men does not mean they doing something to the men. Y'all don't get wrong. That's not true. They're not doing anything. They showing the world how Negroes, not Negroes, but melanated men been living darkness for them all these years. And now they're allowing the light to be shined on them so the world can see the tribe of Judah, how wicked the tribe of Judah portrayed themselves. That's pretty deep. How did they come? I don't know if y'all noticed a lot of things that was going on over in Israel, okay? And then there was the Kanye West and the Irvin guy, okay? And it was when the melanated people start to come and bring forth the true Israel, all of a sudden, you all didn't pay attention to it. A lot of darkness start pulling out among our melanated men. All that darkness that's been pulling out, just coming up everywhere, because this is the only way they're going to prove that they are who they say they are, and we are not who we say we are. Oprah, Tyler Perry, Whoopi Goldberg, she's all in it too. All of them in it, child. And they're pulling their tails all out of the woodworks. Why? Because they're showing the world. They say they're the true Jews. Look at all this darkness they've been in. And guess who had them in that darkness? The elites. Them over in Israel. But according for them to remain as the fake Jews and over in Israel, they got to make sure the true ones are pitch dark, wicked and evil. That's how they all got caught up in it. That's how they got all. It's no way you all out there should be fighting for Judah and fighting for Israel. These Negro men is on all these platforms saying, we the people, the tribe of Judah. I mean, the 12 tribe. Judah should have been concerned only about Judah. Only about Judah. Because Judah had the biggest issue than anybody. Because Judah was the one that's supposed to really lead any other tribe to the pen needle of light. And they did the opposite. And now all the other tribes looking at Judah when they see Oprah, Tyler Perry, and all these P. Daddy and all this stuff that's going on, all this darkness. But guess what? It's the power punch of those over in Israel. They got to show y'all up. Y'all say y'all the true Jews. Look what they're doing. Look at these people. Look what they're doing. Look how they killing one another. But in this day and time, they always kill one another by great numbers beyond us. But we don't own the media, y'all. So they're putting us out there. And the Father said, Deborah, are they doing it? I said, yes. So don't connect us with the left side. Stay your butt on that right side where you belong. You got a lane. Don't connect us with the left side. You on the right side. Stay on the right side. So this is one way of revealing. And it brings shame to the fact that you all say that you are the chosen people. So look what all y'all doing. On the four corners, they showing it up and showing it out. And it ain't going to cease, y'all. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep manifesting itself. And the more it manifests itself, the worse it's going to be. And then you are going to see the tribe of Judah that you're in is the worst of the worst. Because I think we are, as a people, in big denial. When you're not on, if you're not created to be on the left side, it's no reason for you to be hiding what the left side is doing. You're supposed to stand on the mountain. The heathens is already going to get, they already, and it's no way they going to buckle up. And I don't know why our melanated people thinking them people going to give them reparations or they going to give them anything. Because the truth be told, let me tell y'all, it's nothing they can give you that you're going to need on the promised land. Promised land going to have everything you need. It's going to need nothing you bring. You see? If they give you something, it will be for your journey. And you best bet you're going to lose every dime of it before you get to the promised land. Because from what I understand, that promised land is going to cut up and it's going to cut up from the floor up and give you everything you want, everything you need, and everything you can even desire. So you best bet you ain't coming up in that promised land. You are not coming up in that promised land with no reparations. Wake up. How are you going to do that? The promised land is going to be holy. The promised land is going to be restored. The promised land is waiting to get you there, to give you a new heart. Matter of fact, they're going to give you two. Give you two hearts. Give you a new name. Cleanse you off. Destroy your filthiness. All this good stuff the promised land is working with. Why do the promised land have to do that? Because it's holy. It's holy. And Yah is going to make sure when he bring you in, he bring you to the level of the holiness of that land. His holy. So you think that you're going to take what this country reparations is going to give you to that promised land? No, you're not. Let me tell you the difference, y'all. Let me kind of give you a little, I think I need to say it a little bit different. The promised land is going to be holy, okay? Everything there is going to be restored by the right hand power of the Father. So therefore, the trash you get, anything you get from Babylon, since everybody want to say we leaving out with this and this, you ain't leaving out with nothing. He said, curse coming in, curse going out. How about that? Y'all missed that, didn't you? See, I keep trying to tell y'all the Roman Catholic has smeared that thing up so deep, you don't know if you're going to come. That's why you need the Ruach. Now, it said, you're going to come in curse and you're going to leave out curse. Okay? Leaving out curse means you ain't going out here with the wealth or what you feel you're entitled to. No, you're not. You're going to leave your tail up out of here based on the will of the Father in his right hand. That's what he's going to let you do. That trash that's in this country is not going to be worth even taking up out of here. Because that's how it's already fallen. Everything on it is going to be cursed and in it. So we getting up out of here thinking we're going to get some reparations here as if we're taking it somewhere. But the Father want me to make sure I say this to you all. And that's what he's saying to me. He said, Deborah, let them know. Like until when they exit Egypt. When they exit Egypt, they end up with gold, silver, and many things. They traveled with it. They got it to the what? The wilderness. So the things that they took out, they took to the wilderness. We're not going to the wilderness in a sense of taking stuff out to go to the wilderness. We're going to the promised land. See, those that came out of Pharaoh's own captivity, they didn't go to the promised land. They went straight to the wilderness. We're going to the promised land. Are we going to travel that way? Yes. But he said curse coming in and curse going out. If we're going out curse, how are we going to gain all the wealth to go out with? You see? So you got to be able to just understand that wherever he take us out, we're going to be following his right hand. Not looking for reparations. People who are looking for reparation is looking for Deuteronomy 28 to be a lie, like they think today. If a person has gained what Deuteronomy said that they should not and will not gain, and they have gained what Deuteronomy said that they should not and will not gain, and they have, is because they have been sold out by Satan. That's it. You ain't going nowhere. That's why you got what you got. Matter of fact, you ain't even want to leave what you got. Your spirit going to want to remain with what you have because you think what you have is more important than getting your butt up out of here. Because you think you got something somebody else don't. And you ain't going to want to leave it. See, that's why I say to you all have to really see the spiritual route. And the only way you're going to see that is through the Ruach. Because how are you going to leave out with reparations if he said you come in curse and you're going to leave out curse? Leave out curse. Not leave out curse, but with wealth. Then you leave it out different than when you came in. Can't be done. This is where the Roman Catholic has smeared it, where people are not really getting it like they need to get it. And it's okay. It's okay. It's over. It's finished. So you can make it the way you want to make it to believe. But with Sister Deborah, whether I live to go out or I die in, all I want to see is the kingdom for eternal. All this other trash, I don't care. So if I make it over to the promised land, I make it. If I don't, I know where I'm going. That's all I can say. Because from what I'm looking at, being a living prophet on this earth and not a dead one, there are many people who really wants to fight with the world, with this country regarding reparations. But what they did not understand, when they left out of Egypt, they didn't go from Egypt to the promised land. They went from Egypt to the wilderness. You get what I'm saying? So it's big difference. Big difference. And this is what you have to also understand. If you in this land of your captive and you are under a curse from the Most High Yah, okay? And he's bringing you out to take you over. And I listened to him very attentively in what he taught me in the spirit. He said, Deborah, you ain't gonna get no new heart. You ain't gonna get no new spirit. You ain't gonna be cleaned up. Only when you hit that land, on that land, which is gonna be holy. From that land, you step on that land, then that's when you're gonna be renewed. But you have to travel from one end to the other. We're not doing like the first Exodus, going to the wilderness. We're going to the promised land. You get what I'm saying? So if we're going to the promised land, Okay? We're not stopping over in the wilderness. We're going strictly to the promised land. Getting reparations here is going to make Judah want to remain here. Judah is not coming out of here. Right today, if you had 100 Judah in the United States, I'm going to go and cut it down. 98 will want to get out of here to get to the promised land. That's how deep it really is. I know y'all done made the picture really pretty and taught it and teach it, but it ain't as pretty as you think it is, as far as knowing spirit and truth and getting up out of here in it. These people, you give them reparations, every black person be dead by tomorrow. Why? Because they haven't even saluted the purpose of why they're here. They don't even know who they are. They don't even know where they're going. They don't even know what they are. And they care not. It seems like they take on wicked and evil more so than anything. And everybody run around here saying, we the people, we the Jews, we the this and we the that. But have you seen who you are? Why you here? Or why you there? Have you seen yourself? No. I never seen myself. I never seen who Israel and Judah was. But when you see how they were to the Creator, then you'll know who they are on this earth. And know that it's going to take the right hand of the Father to clean this mess up. And that's what he says he's willing to do on the other side. He ain't going to do it till you get on the other side. He said, I'm not taking it, doing that. So that means there's going to be if there is a journey, there's going to be some journey. Woo-wee! And it's a lot of them ain't going to make it through. Because if you're not going to be renewed and cleaned up, change heart, change mind, and you finna travel to get to here, oh no. So I'm hoping that if he come for many of people, that he takes you from here and says, and you there. Because if he give you any time, which I heard 3.5 years, oh man, it's gonna be just like it was in the wilderness. Many gonna die off. Oh yes, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Because he said he only gonna renew you, clean you up once you get onto the land. So you got time in between leaving, and you got to understand this. When you leave out of this country is going to be already a chaos. You're going to be in and experience some of the tribulation big time. That's what another people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand. You're going to experience this time. You're going to feel this time. Put it like that. Sister Deborah done felt it and still feeling it. So I'm here to tell you, you're going to feel this time. Because a lot of you all have escaped, 99.9 have escaped this curse itself. But you're going to feel it through the tribulations and the judgment and the wrath. Because it's already happening and I'm already feeling it. But I'm not in denial that I have not felt. I feel it and trying to understand, Father, this stuff is crazy. This is going crazy. I ain't going to make it mentally. I'm not going to make it. It's too much. But I thank him for giving me an opportunity to feel that thing. Because if it's going to get worse than what it is, oh, wow, I'm going to be able to stand. That's why he said, I give you the endurance, the spirit of endurance. You're going to be okay. But the journey itself, and everybody want to make the picture as pretty as they can possibly make it. But I think the best you can do with the picture is put the Father within. When I said put him in there, it should be you laying down with him on your mind. Everything that you do in life and throughout time, even in this day in life, in this day and time, is always starting with him and ending with him. That's the only way you're going to gain that life, is putting him first and in between and at the end at all times. When you wake up, throughout your day, when you lay down, when you're eating, when you're bathing, always got your mind focused on what he's about to do. Not knowing it, what he's going to do, but just that focus on he's getting ready to do next. That's about it. Outside of focusing on reparations, how would you feel at reparation if he suffered them to give it unto you? You got to understand, these people that been transported over here, they're coming for you. And you can't even see it. They're coming for you. This is going to be, this is the tribulation, y'all. This is the judgment. This is the wrath. You ain't about it here yet. So a lot of people thinking that, hey, I'm still in there. I'm just going to be ready when he comes. But baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. You got to see something. You got to feel something. You ain't felt the curse since you've been here. Based on, a lot of people don't feel it. We curse, but you really don't see it. You really don't feel it. That's what a lot of people think. And they thinking it's, it been okay. We made it. It ain't like it used to be. And, that's how they see it. But see, y'all wanted us to salute it, to feel it. Why would he put the curse on us and we not feel it? Do that make any sense? It's just like when you say, for instance, you punish a child by telling him that he's not going to go outside for a week. What's the sense of telling him that? When the 2 days later, you let him out. He ain't felt that punishment, have he? He ain't felt that 5 days that you told him he wasn't going to go in because you didn't let him stay the 5 days. Well, with y'all, he let us stay the 400 years and some, and we still don't feel that thing. We still don't feel that, the consequences. We don't feel it. We don't teach it. We don't preach it. We don't speak on it. We don't over or cover it. We don't give him the glory, give him the honor. Thank him for allowing us to see, because we are blessed. We are blessed to see the 400 years. Look at all the ones that come and go. But here we are still standing. We're standing for a reason. We're standing to tell people that, look, we've made it this far. Isn't it time to give him the glory? Isn't it time to give him the praise? Isn't it time to give him the honor? Isn't it time? No. For what? That's our mindset. For what? We are the end game, y'all. We're coming out of this through the end game. And we still can't give the Most High y'all glory and honor for how he allowed us, all of us to come through the 400 years. Our ancestors been through it. All of them went through all that they went through and what they had gone through. Here we are at the end and can't even give the Father the praise and the glory for letting us see today. A day that he have pressed upon us. And we can't give him glory and honor for letting us, what seeing the day is? Understanding. That's what seeing it, y'all. That's what I mean. He given us the understanding of what we went through as a people, and how yet we can say that we still have gotten victory because we understand what took place and who we are. That's a blessing inside of a blessing. To be just standing here in this day. To speak on the 400 years. That's a blessing, y'all. We can tell these young people something. We can tell these elders something. We can tell all our melanated people something, but we refuse, we reject, because we want them to know it the way we want to tell it. We want them to understand the curse the way we want to paint the pretty picture. We want them to get it like we want to teach it and preach it so they can understand it my way, my religion, my denomination, my belief. Instead of giving it to them as it was something the Father had chastised us with. And he gave a certain time period. And it's a blessing to know that we made it. We made it, whether we don't know it or not. We that are living made it. We made it through understanding it. That's making it. Because let's say, for instance, if there's 100 million of us here in the United States, do y'all understand you might have 500,000 that know who they are, that know the mission, that knows the curse, that knows the where we're heading, where we're being, out of 100 million of us. That's how sad it is. Because those that know, they want to tell it the way they want them to believe it. And that's why our other other males and females are in Christian churches, Jehovah's Witness churches, the Muslim. They all over the place worshiping all different kind of entities. And they know nothing about the curse itself. They know nothing how good the Creator has been to us. They don't know how to really give him glory and give him praise, because we refuse to teach them, because we want them to understand it the way we wanted them to understand it. And if they don't understand it, if they don't dress our way, they don't speak our way, they don't talk our way, they don't understand the commandments our way, they don't eat like we eat, they don't role play this thing the way we want to role play it, then we ain't gonna teach them. That's why our brothers and our sisters still in the Christian churches, y'all, because we failed again by telling them the truth. We didn't want to tell them the truth as the way that truth is, spirit and truth. We want to tell them the way that gives us license to strivers. We want to get on this day 20 years, 15, 10, 5 years, and ain't now one of these Christian churches shut down to come to the knowledge. What is going on? It's over. So when we're talking about getting up out of here, this thing got to be bigger than the true Jews. It has to be spiritual. It has to be. Y'all is not coming for the tribe of Judah and the 12, the Israel, because you were the Israel, or because you the tribe of Judah. No. You got to bend up and bend down. Because here, if you got 100,000, add up and see if 100,000 is going to walk up out of here. That is not a small remnant. A small remnant is not coming up out of here. I mean, that's the only thing coming up out of here, and not 100 million. He's only going to pull the remnant that he has already labored, the spiritual Israel. That's it. He already labored you as his spiritual Israel. He already got you numbered, how he's going to bring you out and take you on over. But it's within his bosom. And that's why he called it a small remnant, because ain't nobody going to know what a small remnant is. He's just going to take up what belongs to him and take them on over. You see? So I heard a young man talking about the dry bones, and it almost made me be in tears. He was talking about how he gonna bring over the army of the dry bones. He gonna give it flesh, and they gonna be dead. And see, but people they don't understand. The dry bones really mean dead. They so dry. They've been in they so dry. See, dry represents something that's been there for a mighty long time. You see, bones, and then it tells you how he's gonna put the flesh on it. But what I liked about the man when he said, now listen to this. When he said, and they're gonna be an army of men that he's gonna take over to Israel. So men, what is this about 7 women to 1 man? You made a fool out of yourself. You see what I'm saying? They had it wrong all the time. Y'all taking these dry bones over to the as an army to the promised land. And I, Sister Deborah, believe they're the dry bones of David. David's army. I really believe that. That's what I believe. This is dry bones of David's army. I don't think it's the dry bones of the whole Israel in the way that we see Israel and we knew Israel. No. It's the dry bones. And that's why David is mentioned in the promised land. I think the dry bones are, and the dry bones are mentioned twice, but it mentioned as an army of men. You see, as if it was an army at one time. You see what I'm saying? So when I heard that brother said it, I said, you got it, man. You got it. You got it. You said it. Because it's we as people, we make those dry bones everything we want to make it to be. That's just how the Roman Catholics smeared the biblical book. They made things fit the way they wanted us to believe it. And 99.9 today still believe it the way they have given it to them, to the point where people really believe that the word is the words. The word comes to abide in you to teach you all things, to the point of knocking the words out of the ballpark. Meaning, if you read here while the Ruach is teaching you, he'll straighten it up so you can get it in spirit and truth. You see what I'm saying? He's not going to let you just read this and say it's this. No, he's going to smear that stuff up because it's been smeared. He's going to clean it up in you in spirit and truth. So I wouldn't tell anyone to give up their Bible. I wouldn't tell no one to give up their Bible. We are to have something. What is this you say? Study. See, so he's telling us to study to only show ourselves. So I do know that the studying is a studying to where you have a book to study. So I do know that I wouldn't give this book up, but I ain't ashamed to tell you that the Roman Catholics has smeared this bad boy up and smeared it down. But I thank the Ruach HaKodesh for being such an excellent teacher that can come in and break this word in you and out of you by his word. Because before heaven and earth was created, the word was. And if you think the word was these books, you're lost without a cause and with one. Heaven and earth shall be destroyed, but the word would rest where? In the bosom of the Father, where it is, where it was, and where it shall be. This study guide is for us to study and tarry until the Ruach, the true teacher, come to master this book with us. But you can't do it without the Ruach. Okay, so I, Sister Deborah, would like to say I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I hope we all got something out of it. And I will say that I will be back again. And you all, I appreciate you, each and every last one of you in the live chat. And I say, have a pleasant night. And I say unto you, shalom and shalom.